Welcome back for episode 48 of our Midnight Suns analytics run. Whoa, that was fast. So we're getting started on an episode called Operations Assault. Here we have to collect these 3 key cards and go open these 3 boxes. And the painful part is that each time that we open one of the boxes, it's going to use up a card play. So we're going to be down a card play as we continue that turn. This fight does not go particularly well. So we had Captain America, Magik, and Deadpool. And I'm finding that Deadpool is worse and worse. No offense to all the Deadpool fans out there, but his performance in this game isn't super great. And Magik also has a mixed bag. She has a couple of really good cards, Banish being probably my favorite. Cap definitely has some very good cards, but if you pull the wrong ones, we're in a little bit of trouble. We did play a really good pair of cards there. Knockback into another knockback with a quick gives us the card play refund. So in the beginning here, things are looking fantastic. And we got the yellow key card already available to us. The Tactician will be very valuable because we've got quite a few people coming after us on this turn. But we still have 2 card plays left, so we're in a good spot. We should be able to drop this box on this dude, get rid of him before he even gets a turn. That's a really good play because that drop is cost 2, but gets rid of the marksman before it even gets a turn. I see that officer over there. It definitely needs to be shoved back into that box so that we can get a bit of a stun on him. Smack this guy back and kill him in one move as well. And another interrogate available. Now, I find the interrogates to be great for 2 reasons. The first being that you can usually redraw the interrogate, and you can get a cool new card out of it. The second is that we have to get 5 interrogates over the course of the run in order to get an achievement. The rewards from the interrogates are barely worth it, though, so I don't usually do it for the reward. Okay, so now we knock this guy back into the stun. One problem is that it might have been worth it to use the heroism to blow up the gas canisters next to him first, but took that dude out. Get ourselves a quick and an Infuego. Another interrogate. Dang, that's a lot of interrogates in one turn. And we're out of card plays. So now we have to look for cards that we're not going to use. Okay, I think we're done for this turn. Oh, we're going to blow up this guy. So he doesn't get a turn. So overall, look at that. In this turn, we have nobody going to attack us. Very good turn 1, right? Things are looking very good for Deadpool, Magik, and Cap to be a very powerful team. Whoopsie-daisy. Okay, we got a supervillain coming in.
Bloodthirsty recruits has tracked you down. I suppose it was only a matter of time. They've armed one of the crates. It's going to explode if you don't get that key.
Okay, so we got to get the key for the boxes that detonate, and then you have to open them that turn. So luckily we already have that key. But as I mentioned, that brings us down 1 card play, so it's a little bit frustrating. For an Operations Assault, I'd like to have a character like Doctor Strange, where I can get an extra card play, or maybe just fill my deck with a lot more quicks. But the other problem is that when there's only Crossbones and this officer in here, there's no way to have quicks come in handy. So I do have Banish, which is going to come in handy this turn, but it's going to slow us down. We're probably not going to get 3 stars when we do something like that. Look at all that block. Look at all them chickens. We have plenty of heroism to be able to use against these guys. Knocking back Crossbones into that dude right now would have been maybe wise. But first we're just gonna go with the Banish instead.
I don't think I've ever seen a functional anime sword before.
Well, now you have. And we can blow this dude up a little bit, but he's going to get a turn this turn, unfortunately, so. I love Banish. Crossbones being out of the way for a turn is a really fantastic choice. He was going to cause a lot of trouble on his turn, and we managed to make that not happen. It's basically a full turn stun. And I think that's really fantastic, so. Weakened is not, that's not the end of the world. Weak is not the end of the world for Cap. He's got so much block that it's not really that troubling. We need to get that officer out of here. And again, we're going to lose a card play.
Get to that key card.
Again, the hardest part of this is not getting the boxes. We've already got all the cards to get the boxes. It's a matter of getting Crossbones out of here. And another thing that always comes up that's painful for me is I tend to forget that Crossbones, after he takes a melee attack, he will then pull up a shield for the next turn. So some characters do well when that happens. Like Blade has a card that hits harder if the person is taking damage and hits harder if the person has shield. Unfortunately, we don't have characters that get better when the character brings up a shield, so
Just another scar.
I do like that she added that counter there. 88 is just so much shield. Really makes it difficult to knock this guy out because it's going to take a bunch of turns to knock him out.
I don't think they even realize the trouble they're in.
Forgot about that guy over there in the corner. Need to get this officer out of here. But unfortunately, we don't have anything else we can do this turn, so we're going to have to pass it to the bad guys with 3 of them on the board.
Might as well line up, suckers. I'm here to get paid.
So he likes to... Oh, that is a very bad attack. Oh, but she had counter, so that's nice. Oh, but then he gets the shield.
Time to lock this up.
And then this is annoying. We were too close together, so he put the stun in a place where we're going to have a little bit of difficulty. This is fun. What's going on here? What's happening? Oh, hey, it's me. So,
I'll handle it.
and another attack on Cap. That's kind of good because he's got so much shield, but vulnerable is going to be a bit of a pain.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
Well, that dude's going to get exploded. And then this guy overloads and goes into this spot. So look at how much they've stacked up this little area here. You really need to move all 3 people out of this area immediately, but it's not going to be that easy. Especially because moving to open that box is going to put us still inside the explosion radius. So that's 1 action down. So I don't think things went particularly well for us in this fight. As you can see, things are starting to go kind of poorly. I took a risk here and thought maybe the gather would help us out by moving these people around and getting them exploded by the grenades. That might be the play. Or knocking back this dude out of our area would also be pretty good. And here is the choice. Yeah, we're going to try that gather idea. Maybe if we move all these guys together. I think the kick was the better choice. To kick that dude out of the way so that he couldn't explode on us. We killed off 2 of the dudes, but the stun grenade still went off, so we had 2 dazes from that. But we can kick this guy, and maybe knocking him back into the wall, he'll be out. Yeah, there we go. So we got it down to just Crossbones, and we have the 3 boxes opened. So, you know, we're not in that bad of a spot. Ooh, got to level up, so that's good. So now it's just down to, okay, now we can shove him into this barrel, too. It's not going to do any good, but it's fun. So we're going to have Cap taunt Crossbones so that he doesn't attack Magik, because she has a little less health and he has so much shield. That being said, I did forget that he's vulnerable, so he's going to take a lot of damage from Crossbones' attacks. 51's pretty rough, but he did still have enough shield to be able to withstand that, so I think it was the right choice. But look, we're still just too close together. Once you have Crossbones on the field, you have to separate.
What makes you any different from the rest?
because he's going to drop grenades every single turn. And so you have to make sure that your dudes aren't next to each other. And that's a big mistake I made throughout this fight. This could have been a 7-minute fight, and we could have already maybe had him down if we didn't stick together so much.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Again, this shield is just devastating. Now at least we're getting the hang of like moving and getting out of the way of each other. And we're going to consume our block to deal 1 extra damage. That doesn't seem like it's worth it, but then again, it's a card that would cost 0, so... And there I was thinking maybe I could gather Crossbones and get him into the... So we used up 1, but the whole point of that attack was to give us enough heroism to be able to use this, so... This is going to be pretty powerful. Knock him down to 58 health, and then next turn it should be pretty easy to knock out if we can take him down to that amount of health.
Teamwork pays off.
And we don't really have any good stuff. He's finally going to get his attack in on Magik. I think that's kind of rude. Hitting a lady. Even if she is a hard punk lady. And a double uppercut. Not cool. But at least he doesn't drop a grenade this turn, so we should have him right where we want him.
Town, but these guys would probably be disappointed if I just left.
So that was the good choice because it causes the taunt. Then we have Brooklyn Handshake, our rare card. Knock this son of a gun back through all these barrels, and that'll be the end of the fight. Donk. Exploded all that stuff, and we're good. Okay, so that wasn't the most elegant version of this fight. I can maybe hope for 2 stars. Oh, nice. Okay, well, I'll take it. So we get a little bit of good stuff. We get some gloss, and we get the intel cache. That's kind of the most important part. So, onto the analytics for Operations Assault. So, let's see here. The hero combo near the end there was definitely the best move, but the tactician near the beginning where we got so much block out of it was really good. Look at this. This is all Captain America. So you can kind of prove, based on my initial instincts, was that we had a kind of a weak team here, and you don't really see any Deadpool here. I know he's in the hero combo, but anybody would be. So I think that overall, this is a Captain America mission, and he did really, really well. And you can see that from the scores here, although Magik does have a 66 worth of points. That's partly because I gave her sort of like a full amount of points for the stun from Banish. The bad guy, Crossbones, obviously had the best attacks this turn. 51 points for an average score is really good. Crossbones is probably the hardest dude we fought, and it's mostly because of that shield generation that he does. But he sticks around in the field for a long time. So the most valuable card I would give to Tactician. I do think Banish should be on this list, so that's a little strange. I'll go see what I did wrong in the analytics to have that happen, but Tactician was surely the best card because we ended up using basically all of that block. And you can see that Crossbones moved up to number 4 overall. I find it hard to believe it's not going to end up as number 1. And Captain America obviously moved up a little bit. A successful turn for Cap and a successful fight for Magik as well. So, okay, and then a couple new cards on the top 10. Brooklyn Handshake made the top 10. That's really awesome. Tactician moved way up, and Kick has moved into the top 10 as well. So that's it for the analytics for this episode. We'll see you next time back at the Abbey.